Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Pass the Mic. Who's this handsome man waving at you? Kevin Eckert Smith. That's right, the man with the golden eye. Say hello, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. Hi, everybody.
I love a sense of humor. And our song of the day is
Stand By Me.
Yay!
Here we go.
When the night has come, hey, and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we see. Hey, come on, you know it.
Yeah.
No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Oh, yeah.
That's your song of the week, Stand By Me, because, you know, the beautiful thing about that song is that they stand by yourself, your consciousness, stand by your community, stand by the things that you believe in. And so it's really cool that you picked that song, Kevin.
Yeah, it means a lot to me, especially as I've gotten older. You know, we need to stand by each other, and I think it's real important.
It is important. It's community. It's how life continues to expand. Now, I talked to people and told them you have a golden eye.
A golden eye.
A golden eye. Mm-hmm. This is the man with the beautiful eye for photography.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
So, photography, you know, I take pictures, not so golden. I keep trying though. What really caught your interest about pictures?
I've been doing photography, real photography, for about 30 years.
Real photography?
Real photography. In other words, when I was a kid, I used the little Instamatics and did that. And, I took photographs, took pictures, snapshots and things. But right after I got married, I developed a real interest in it, and I really wanted to see what I could do with it.
Oh, okay.
And at first, it was all about, getting rich and making all these amazing pictures that everybody was going to see, and I was going to, become a millionaire and all that. And I quickly...
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I quickly realized it's a lot of work. I kind of turned it into a more personal thing for me. Okay. So photography has become like a meditation for me, a way for me to stay in the moment, to focus, to refocus when things aren't going so well, or in life is like driving you a bit crazy. That's never happened to you, I'm sure.
Never.
So I've been doing it for about 30 years. I've had a couple of studios in the process.
Okay.
I do a lot of nature photography. I like people photography. I actually, in the beginning, didn't like people photography so much, but I've become much more...
people can be a little something, can't they?
Yeah, sometimes, and I've gotten to the point now
be a bit of a pill.
I need to reach out more to people. I was kind of a solitary kid.
Okay.
I was shy when I was a kid, and I had a few friends.
This handsome face, come on! All the girls had to be knocking at your door.
Well, yeah, they tell you that 30 years later. They never hear about it at the time. But yeah, and I became. I decided that it was time to take my photography a little higher, my artistic ability, you might say, and reach out to people more. So I opened up a studio for taking portraits and actually allowing other artists to come in and show their work, and especially up and coming people who hadn't really had a venue for that. So when I had the studio, I would invite people to bring their artwork, their photography in. We'd set it up, and we'd invite people over, to look at it and sell it, and it was
That's so
it was great.
beautiful. That's so
So-
beautiful. So now we're in the Ventura area. So were these people specifically to the Ventura area, or was it,
For the most part, they've been local people here in
Okay.
Ventura and Oxnard in this area. Friends of mine for the most part, but friends of friends that
Nice.
that they
nice?
referred, and so we did a few shows. We didn't do as many as I would have liked to. The photography was sort of my passion and my side job, but I think of my regular job as my side job.
There you go.
The photography to me is the important thing, but the side job that I have, pays the bills.
Right.
So,
Right.
So
Nothing wrong with paying some bills every now and then.
Got to do it.
Yeah.
It has to be done.
Well, you don't have to do it, but
Well, yeah. Well, the consequences.
we have to die, but we ain't got to pay no bills.
Yeah, the only thing you have to do is die.
and pay taxes, they say. But
You don't
I
even
think
have to breathe. Yeah.
When you see a scene, or what I'm going to call in your eye, when you see it, is there something that catches you? Do you feel it first, or?
I think I feel it first. In most cases, I don't always see it.
Oh, okay.
I'll look at a scene, or I'll be out, walking on a trail, or I'll be in the woods or something, and there's an area I come to and I say, there's something here. And I might not see it visually at first,
Right.
but then that's when I get into where I'm able to, focus and do the meditation part of it, and start to just kind of become whatever it is I'm looking at and photographing. And the more you do that, the more I focus on that, the easier it is to find those special pictures, those special,
That's so awesome.
Yeah, and it's just there's a it just kind of it's like you're not really doing it yourself.
Ah, yes.
It's
There's
coming
something
through
in
you.
Yeah.
It's coming through you, and then and you're just opening up like a portal or something. And all of a sudden you say, oh, there it is.
And letting it pour through.
Right.
So now, do you have a lot of the cameras and the lighting and all that good stuff? That had to be fun, finding out about all the different cameras.
Yeah.
And
I've got
technology
cameras.
has changed everything, right?
Oh yeah, with the way the photography is today, with it's not film anymore.
Oh.
Most photography now is
all digital. Huh?
all digigital with the little
Like
image
you.
cards. Yeah. And I found that it's they always talk about. I used to have a dark room.
Okay. Right.
Where I photographed. I photographed in.
I developed black and white.
Black and whites. Me too. And that was I loved it, but it was such a time-consuming process. And with digital, when digital came along, at first it wasn't so good.
Right.
It was pretty awful, as a matter of fact. But it's come a long way, and now they have all kinds of great programs now that you can do your editing on your computer at home,
or your phone,
even, And so it's like a digital darkroom is what it is, and I've bought cameras and lenses throughout the years and tried different equipment and lighting, and it's just it is fun. Yeah, I mean it's a lot of fun to try things out and find out what works for you and what doesn't, and what the best, and just learning the different aspects of taking pictures, the difference between taking pictures of people as opposed to taking a picture of a tree.
Right, because the tree is pretty accommodating.
Mm-hmm.
People, however,
people can sometimes be they can be frightened of having their picture taken. I found what works really well with taking photographs is keep looking them in the eye and keep talking to them while you're taking photos.
Okay.
And just have like a conversation with them so they can relax and so they can.
That's nice.
And so
that's
it makes
nice.
it for them. It's sort of like wow, this is just normal stuff.
Right.
And they can forget about having their photo taken,
Right.
and then you can catch them in all these great moments.
That's the magic. When I'm in the studio, the trick for me when I'm being recorded is not to tell me I'm being recorded.
right, sure.
So
sure.
it's the same premise that as you're talking to them, because you take your mind off of it and they're engaging with you.
Right.
And then you see the beauty that
And
comes
then
up.
I'm like clicking along like this, while I'm talking, and they're not really, they're not noticing it as much.
That's a
And,
beautiful gift that you have.
yeah, and it's the way I've learned how to communicate better with people. Like I said before, I was really shy when I was a kid, and I had trouble sometimes, especially with large groups of people and things like that. And I found with photography, it helped me to be able to communicate better and kind of learn more about myself, and about other people as well. Yeah. So.
Well, a picture says 1,000 words, as they say. Is that the same? Is it?
Yeah, something like that.
Or 500 words. I don't know.
Could be.
It could be 2 words.
2 words.
What are your best? Wait a minute. Talking about the best or your favorite? Your favorite 5 pictures.
My favorite 5
that
pictures.
I would add to that shocked you. Have you ever taken something you thought, but it turned out to be really something that blew your mind?
Probably. I've got thousands and thousands of photographs, and the thing is, I can be really hard on myself about.
Oh, you're one of those people.
I'm one of those editors who you never stop editing. It's like you continuously you look at something and you think it's good one day, and then the next day you look at it again and I got to do something else with it, and I continuously
yes,
overkill
yes.
in a lot of
Yes.
cases. I think some of my nature shots are probably my favorite. Some that have just where they've really come out looking the way I saw them in my mind when I took the photograph. There are a lot of times you take a picture and you say, oh, this is beautiful, and then you look at it and say, oh, that's not what I took. It doesn't look anything like it. So I have a few like that. I think some nature shots, some close-up nature shots that I've done.
Nice.
Are kind of my favorite.
Nice.
Because that's sort of like more of an abstract, and the context is, it's I don't know. It's just there's something about getting in close to nature and into life itself that getting a close-up of it.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. I remember hiking some years ago, and it just hit me that all the colors that I was seeing, that's where we get our colors from. I was like, oh my goodness, so in that moment, I love the fact that you say it's very meditative for you, because I would imagine things have to slow down.
Absolutely.
Your mind slows down.
Absolutely.
And anything that's bugging you, that goes out in your focus.
You're perfectly describing it. I mean, you're letting go of all of the distraction and all the stuff that's been going on, whether good or bad. I mean,
right.
It might, you're kind of focusing. It's like I think any artist in any genre does that. A baseball player does that.
Of course, of course. I love sports. You have to.
They focus, and I think that's meditation and focus are really important. There's so many distractions today. In life,
yes,
in general.
Yes. Yeah. In that fact, with meditation and sports, because I'm a big sports fan, they're bringing a meditation app to basketball players.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, my son will love that.
I think it's really powerful because they talk about all the work that they do on the outside,
right?
But not
on the inside.
On the inside, on the mind, on the heart, all that. So it's very powerful. Meditation is really very powerful, and when you're in that space, I would imagine you become almost like community with nature all around you. You hear things, you see things.
Yeah, and it becomes much more refined or clearer.
Yes.
You hear like the subtle sounds of your feet walking on the leaves. Like a cricket. Or the wind blowing through the branches of the trees.
Wow.
Or you're standing on, let's say, on a hillside or on a mountaintop, and just catching just the sounds and the whole flavor of it. And there's like a flavor. I guess that's a good.
I like that. It's like a flavor. I like that.
And so for me, it's been godsend in a lot of ways. I mean, I've still, when I have a bad week or a stressful day, I will try to take the camera and go out somewhere and take a walk. And even if I don't take a picture, I've got the camera in my hand and I'm going through the motion of it. And then but what usually happens is I will bring the camera up to my eye and I will see something, and then I will start to shoot. But sometimes it takes 5 minutes, sometimes it takes 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It just depends. but it always helped me.
Now, see, the willingness to do that, because a lot of times we just get stuck. We just be like, forget about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch some mindless TV, and nothing wrong with TV, but a lot of times it puts us more in the bubble of what we don't want. Just making that step to go, I'm going to take the camera and go for a walk.
Right.
You know, that starts a whole different process for you.
Yeah. I mean, you could some people might call it an escape too. It is sort of an escape from...
What's wrong with escaping?
Well, yeah. Well, you think, I mean, you're escaping from, the craziness of the world, and what's wrong with that?
No, absolutely nothing.
We can get so overwhelmed sometimes. I mean, I find myself, if I watch more than an hour of news in a day,
don't do it,
I'm
Kevin.
done.
Don't do it.
I'm done.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
too much news, an hour, too much. Yeah. Your mind keeps spinning.
Yeah.
So now, for family pictures, are you the one they always have to say, come on, Kev, take the family picture, take the group picture?
Yeah. Every time we go home, every time I go back, my family's on the East Coast, and it's always, okay, we got to get a family shot. My brother takes pictures too, but they usually ask me. So they usually ask. Not that he's a bad photographer, because he's not. He's a good.
I didn't say it.
He's a good photographer. Brian, you're a great photographer, really. If you ever see this, I want you to know that. But they usually ask me, and which that's gratifying. I mean, it's I appreciate that.
So you have a lot of family photos that you've taken of all the family coming together. That's got to be really sweet. So now that it's not, and I don't know, I'm assuming that you're not using photo albums. Most people, it's rare people use photo albums now.
Not so much. Right?
Yeah. How do you store your?
Well, I usually store everything on computer, and there's apps out there now where you can make digital albums now, and you can send them to people.
Isn't that beautiful?
And then technology, and then I put things on on my website. And
what's your website?
It's called. What's it called?
I caught him off guard.
Imageinlight.pixels.com.
Oh, I like that. We'll have a link to it in the down below. We'll have a link so you'll be able to go and check out a lot of his pictures. Maybe you could buy some new pictures for yourself. Pictures add such warmth and bring in family and community within your own home, and bring such a great sense of joy and feeling into your life. Okay, shameless plug, but it was a good one.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
My pleasure.
She is. She's a good friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a great singer too. An amazing singer. I probably messed her up today when we did our song, but she's great. She's a great singer.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that. So that's awesome that, with technology. I love technology, and I love how it has advanced us. I'm one that's like, yay, we just have to learn how to utilize it, but it's beautiful. I mean, because the things you can do now, before would take what?
Days, months, weeks. I mean, I used to work in the Bay Area. I actually worked on a TV show in the late 80s, early 90s, and I photographed multi-million-dollar homes.
Oh, okay.
And it was all done on slides.
Oh.
But it would take up to 2 weeks to get everything processed and to the producer and on the program.
Right.
And you never knew what you had until you had it.
Oh.
Whereas today with digital, you can look at immediately at what you said and say, I like that or I don't like that, and you can delete it.
Which is, once again, I mean, I think it's just a beautiful web. The speed at which we can see things now is great, and it's also a reminder to unplug sometimes. To unplug from the speed of life.
Right.
The speed of life. Now, I don't ask everybody, but it's coming up for me. What do you practice? I know you meditate, and taking pictures is a form of that. What do you practice that helps keep you grounded? What else do you practice to help keep you grounded?
I journal.
I
journal.
Oh man, that journals.
I journal.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, and
I love that.
And I always write it in pencil for some reason. I don't know why.
Do you go back and erase?
Well, no, I've never done that, but I've thought about it. Then I'll go back and read it sometimes. And say, wow, what was I thinking? But but I journal. I go and I write.
Nice.
I write. I've written poetry. I write music. I mean,
beautiful.
I record. I play guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And I like to strum and make up tunes and things like that. And that's another meditation for me. When I haven't got the camera, I've got the guitar, and I just start. I just listen to the sound of the music, and it's very comforting.
Music is so powerful. It can really take you out of a space or into a space. It really is a beautiful avenue or vehicle for
absolutely
moving through your day.
And then with music especially, you talk about the technology and how we can do things so fast. Sometimes you do have to slow down. Sometimes it's too much.
Yeah.
And when you just get back to something as simple as playing a flute or playing an acoustic guitar or just singing like we did. It's just that's the balance.
Yes.
We need to find the balance, I guess.
In all areas, we do.
Yeah.
I love that you journal. Writing is a wonderful way of pouring things out that you no longer want to keep within, because I think a lot of times when you're quiet about what's ever going on, you don't release it.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's why I journal, because there are times when it's time to let go of all this stuff that's been on your mind or driving you crazy, and you just start talking about it, and you just da 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 da. You just talk about it, and you express it, you condemn it, you swear at it, you love it, or whatever you have to do. You just write it out, and when you write it out like that, you're releasing it.
You are. You are. Now, he said he did poetry. He's married. Do you write poetry to your beautiful wife?
Yeah, I have in the past.
Oh, that's cute.
I have in the past. Yes.
So he's saying in the past, he hasn't done it recently.
Thanks.
Ouch.
I'm in trouble.
May want to go home and do that. So, my last question for you, Kevin. Let's see. Let's make it a good one.
Okay.
We talked about your photography and meditation. There are a lot of things that are going on right now. How do you find community?
I find it here at the spiritual center.
Okay.
Find it here. I think mostly a little bit at work, not so much at work, because everybody's sort of work is a different kind of atmosphere than like being with your spiritual family.
Right. But I mean, it's still it's a community.
I think some of it, some of it's social media. I mean, a little bit of it. I'm not. I mean, I like social media to an extent. I think sometimes we get too crazy and too involved in it, where we start hiding behind that.
Right.
What social media. It can kind of put you in a cocoon too.
I
do it that way. I think as I've gotten older, I think I'm more interested in allowing life to happen than I maybe 10 years ago even. Allowing it and not necessarily agreeing with it, but which is very often I don't agree with it, but allowing it and say, okay, that's somebody else's take on what's going on. I don't agree with it, but why should I condemn them because they have a different thought than I do?
That is so powerful.
And I think too often we become our beliefs more than we need to. We need to. We're separate from them. I believe anyway that there's a belief right there that we are separate from our beliefs. Our beliefs are just things that we've picked up along the way and learned, and we can unlearn them too.
We can unlearn them.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you that. I believe that we're all here to create. I compare it like fruit.
I do.
If you don't like oranges, you don't protest against the orange. You don't cuss the orange out. You just don't eat oranges.
You throw tomatoes.
You throw tomatoes at the orange. No, but you choose something that you do like, and I think the most beautiful thing about life is the melting pot of all of us, and it's wonderful community and time and friends and family, and there's so many ways to experience that. So I want to thank you for coming on Past the Mic and sharing a bit of your life.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Sharing some of your life.
It was an honor. Really, seriously. This was fun.
No. No. Thank you, Kevin. It was so sweet. It's just been wonderful recognizing the community that I have around me. Really, really powerful and beautiful. And you're part of that.
And you are part of that community too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gino.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. So let us close with our singing song. With our song, our singing, or singing our song. Let's close with the song of the week.
The song of the week?
Yes.
We do it again?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When the night has come, hey, and the land is dry, and the ocean is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. My darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. I want to thank you so much because we are one. We hold a vision. Just you and me. You and me.
All of us.
Creating community and sharing this world together. Thank you for joining me on Past the Mic, and I will see you next week. Here we are, family, with some beautiful pictures that Kevin has created. You get to see the eye of the golden eye, a journey that never ends.
That was awesome.